So today is the day that we're gonna get into it, y'all. Mikey T, the movie star here. I'm gonna keep it real today on everything that went down when I was in Philly at Max's getting a cheesesteak. That's right. A lot of people out there are like, yo, Mikey T, what were you doing? Mikey T, you are crazy. You are a wild bull, Mikey T. Why would you be out in Leak Moss's hood? Why would you be trying to intimidate Leak Moss? First of all, that's Arab's brother. Mikey T, are you wild? Why aren't you guys working together? I get all these questions, y'all, and today I want to come on here and address a lot of them. Because, I've talked about it a few times. I've done a few interviews. Panda Chop, Milk did an interview with me about it. But I want to come on my own platform and actually finally speak about it. Dark Low did an interview with me that I actually had on my platform. That was the first time speaking about it. That was a little bit different because right after it happened, I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's over for Mikey T. It's a wrap for Mikey T. His career is over. I wanted to come on the internet and show everyone that one little scuffle wasn't going to end anything for me. First of all, I've already been in many scuffles like that before in my life. You know what I mean? Never mind this music industry BS. I'm not going to let something like that intimidate me out of doing what I love to do, number one. So that right there, me jumping on the camera when I went to the mall right after the altercation, you know what I mean? Me actually staying in Philly, maybe that was a little bit of nonsense, you know what I mean? But I had to go to the mall and get some new gear that day, and then I was just still wilding out. I was really still at that point, I was really hype. My adrenaline was really running. So I was literally running all over the mall screaming, y'all know Arab's brother! Da 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 da! You know what I mean? I was going nuts. So anyways, let's get down to the situation. So Leak Moss and Dark Low were the faces of OBH. You can say what you want. You can make your jokes about Dark Low being the face of OBH and it really wasn't Leak Moss. You can say, yo, Leak Moss hasn't done nothing to contribute to OBH in the last few years since Ab's been. You can say whatever you want. But in reality, when Ab got locked up, OBH still had two frontmen, Dark Low and Leak Moss. Now, Low, he got locked up because of the fact that some people say maybe he was feeling guilty. Maybe he was feeling guilty about not being involved in the indictment, or maybe he was feeling guilty about his friend that he had met in prison, the Taz Rat, actually being the one to snitch on OBH. They had met in prison prior to this. Maybe whatever it was about Dark Low feeling that way, Dark Low ended up writing a letter. He copped out to the letter. And he ended up getting 7 years in jail. Dark Low would come home. I thought, okay, Low's home. This is a great opportunity for Low to actually build with Leak Moss, get together, do some collaboration projects. Leak had told me he sent Dark Low several records. I was like, that's dope. That's a movie, and it's going to continue the movement that everyone's doing. It'll put Leak Moss in a position to hold down OBH like Dark Low had done when Ab first got locked up. I'm always thinking about how to sustain you guys. I'm always thinking about new and innovative ideas. That's why it would be so powerful if we all could have come together and work on several different things. I mean, you got King Earner on the podcast tip doing his thing with Leak Moss now, and I just wish I could have helped everything really come together, you guys. One thing I did wrong, when Leak Moss started dissing Dark Low because of his values, it was simply because of his values, because he did not stand beside Dark Low having a conversation while in the feds. Dark Low should have sat up. If they said, hey, let's have a conversation, Dark Low should have said, I'm going to sit in my cell, have a conversation with my lawyer, XYZ. That's where the whole issue started with Leak Moss, you guys. And I should have stayed out of it. I should have let them two men handle it, and I should have continued to interview and interact with them both. I made a mistake right there. That's where I am going to apologize. Where I'm not going to apologize is going to Max's in Philly, which is something I've always done. whether Leak Moss knows that or not. I go to I don't go to Pat's and Geno's. I go to Jim's. Jim's is dope. Jim's parking is a little crazy. It's right in the middle of things. I go to Max's. Personally, I think Max's does a little bit better than Jim's when it comes to the seasoning and all that. It just tastes right. So I did not go to Max's to provoke Leak Moss after we started having a back and forth over Dark Low, over me defending Dark Low. I always go to Max's. And anybody wants to believe that or not, it's on you. But a lot of people that have watched my career over the years, they know I'm in and out of Philly. Until all this internet started popping off and I'm able to interview people that are in California, I'm able to interview people in Texas, I'm able to interview people in New York, right from my computer. I was in and out of Philly every chance I got, in and out of New York every chance I got. It just so happens technology caught up. So I don't want to hear none of that. But yeah, so Leak Moss pulled up and, tried to put hands on me. And it is what it is. Everybody sees what happens. We all take L's. If there was supposed to be a discussion that day, my bad. Don't approach me on some rah-rah if you want to have a discussion with me. Let me know. But I think maybe I pushed that situation a little bit too far. Because me and Leak, or Leak and I, we were not at that point. We were not really at that point where we should have come to that. It really should have been a conversation that day. You know what I mean? It really should have been a conversation that day because there's a lot of regret that comes out of that. My major regret is that we could not repair the relationships of OBH and continue to strive on for greatness. That's my biggest regret because OBH was becoming a major factor in Philly, the same level as Dream Chasers was with Meek Mill. Everything that Ab, Dark Low, and Leak Moss created, I wanted to see that continue to blossom. So that's my biggest regret out of that whole situation. You know what I mean? That's my biggest regret out of that whole situation. Also possibly losing relationship with Arab. You know what I mean? Dark Low getting locked up. You know what I mean? Again, it's good to see Dark Low continuously releasing music. That's what it's about at the end of the day. A lot of these guys, they didn't get into the game to do podcasting. You know what I mean? Dark Low didn't get into the game to do podcasting. Shit, Gilly the Kid didn't get into the game to do podcasting. A lot of the artists don't see it, but their voice is so powerful. Like I told Ab, man, you got to start doing books. You got to start doing books where you're just going to audiobooks because Ab's voice is so powerful. Interviews of his would command over 100,000 views. People just like listening to him, his definitions, his, detail, the way he speaks. But yeah, guys, I wanted to come on here today and speak about the unfortunate incident that I got involved with Leak Moss out in Philly. I didn't want to disrespect Philadelphia. I didn't want to come out there and try to intimidate anybody. Honestly, man, I didn't know Leak Moss lived down the street. You know what I mean? If I knew Leak Moss lived down the street, I probably would have said, you know what, man, that's actually going to look kind of crazy, Mikey T. That's something you don't want to do. Because you don't want to try and hit somebody's temper. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to try and antagonize somebody like that. That's something I've really never tried to do in this internet. Now, you can go online. You can have all the fun you want, the back and forth. You know what I mean? You can come out here. You can show your emotions. You can show your ass through showing your emotions too. Make yourself look all kinds of crazy. But in reality, man, we're all here for a certain objective. My objective was to get into the music industry. It just so happens that record labels were starting to get phased out. Podcasting is the thing of the current day, and it just so happens that I've been having hour-long conversations with rappers from the beginning. So it's like I fit right in, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all more stories. I'm going to drop more details on y'all, but I want y'all to hit the comment section. Hit that comment section with some content that you might want to hear about. I'll shoot y'all a reply, man. I'm watching everybody out there that's watching me. Follow me on the gram as well. It's Mikey T _ the movie star. Everybody who follows me based on this video is going to get the follow back. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube, man. And hit that like button, man. I'll see y'all in the next video.